My man. Doing the most. Doing the most. You know I had to remix this bitch. Shout out our boy. If I get caught up in a storm, but the rain is keep me calm. All my life I deal with pain, see no evil cause on. Chop along just like a arm, no bitches we fucking on. Doing wrong without them knowing, I'm the GOAT if you ain't know it. And you can't go do what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. And you can't go through what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. I just need someone to call on. I've been making moves like Michael Corleone. I won't say that shit until it's set in stone. Bitch, don't say my name if you gon' say it wrong. I can't touch these drugs and keep.
Yo, it's your boy CT Crusher here checking in. Just wanting to remind y'all to go subscribe to my homie Hoodie Jube for the Hoodie Jube live podcast. We talking pressing topics here for you every night of the week. Hit that ding dong bell to make sure you don't miss an upload. Come join in on the conversation. Help us expand the community. We do a lot of giveaways, give away to a lot of charities, giving away to the local children's hospital. And oh, by the way, if you want a chance to win free NFL tickets, yes, I said that, free NFL tickets, make sure you subscribe and hit the ding so you don't miss a chance to win free NFL tickets. Peace out.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and if you're looking for the best restaurant in town, man, go try Weed Ass Chicken and Shrimp, man. They have the best chicken wings, the best chicken tenders, the best fried shrimp, the best fried catfish, and their fries are so amazing, covered with ranch, cheese, bacon, jalapenos. Oh my! Yes, you heard it. Go try it out. They got 4 locations: Monroe, Louisiana, Marrero, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas, baby. Go try it now.
Right, man. What up? I won't speak on nothing but the real. You know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Say we've been down for too long. The only way is up, it's time to move on. Never leave your house without your shoes on. Them killers want to spot you, cannot move on. Ain't worried about that girl, I tell them move on. They say it's my fault, but I'm feeling I can't do wrong. Cut all my partners off, let me open like the roof gone. Long talks and I ain't never changed, it's just been too long. Gotta shake 'em back and that's a fact, so I'm turned up. All up in the club, I'm going down and I'm like, what's up? Throw me in that water, I won't go down, I'm too up. She want with a man, I knock that hoe down, I'm too up. Told all her friends, now she just want me to grow.
You can't see us, I time Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever come Mara, break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. He talking Pyromatic, he talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make them pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Woo. Hoodie droop in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. Woo. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say hoodie, hoodie droop in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie Jube.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and we are back with another live podcast. And if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube, y'all. How is everybody doing tonight, man? Me? I'm doing just fine over here. Finally got done working both jobs, and now I'm here at the office. I decided to go live with y'all tonight, and I wanted to talk about these trade landing spots for Sean Payton. But let me just go up before we start the show and actually start talking about these trades. With the teams that we have been missing so far, and actually gave permission for them to interview Sean Payton. Before we get into all that, let's give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat, like I always do. I see my boy Elite Goods. Who that to you? We got Purple Marcus in the building. Who that to you? We got Jerry, the old freaking G in the building. Who that to you? We got Drew Brees, 9B. Who that to you? We got Dana. Who that to you, Miss Dana? We got Miss Megan in the building. Who that? And go Hawks to you. We got Trav, 504 in the building. Who that to you? We got your boy. Who that to you? Let's see. We got Tramel Kellop. Who that to you? We got JL504. Who that to you? We got Lester. Who that to you? So who that to everybody that's in the chat? If I missed your name, I apologize. But like I was saying, it's time to get this show on the road, man. And that is, here are some of the landing spots already for, a trade, basically, for Sean Payton. And those 4 locations so far that have told the Saints, this is what I would trade you for Sean Payton. And we accepted, and told them, okay, that's good. Here you go. You have permission to interview Sean Payton now. All right, so these locations are the Denver Broncos. All right, Denver Broncos. You also have the Houston Texans. You also have the Arizona Cardinals. All right, Arizona Cardinals, and then last but not least, you also have, let's see, and the last ones is your divisional rivalry, Carolina Panthers, right? So those are your 4 teams so far that had asked for an interview with them and basically said, here's my trade package, and we liked it, so that's why we gave the permission. Now, I do want to share my screen with y'all real quick and show y'all this, just to let y'all know the Houston Texans had posted this earlier today on Twitter, and it says, we have completed an interview with Sean Payton for our head coaching position. So, Sean Payton already got his interview with the Houston Texans, and he got that in tonight on a Zoom call. So, you see it right here. You see it on Twitter by Houston. And by the way, Nick Underhill retweeted this. So, just letting y'all know. If y'all don't believe me, go see Nick Underhill's page. You'll see it on there. So, the Houston Texans has already interviewed Sean Payton. I like the Houston Texans trade because they got the number 2 pick this year and the number 12. So maybe they will give us the number 12. That'll be a really good pick to use. And maybe, a few seconds and a third. Maybe they'll give us a first for next year too, since that first ain't the high first that we want. But we'll see. Because according to Sean Payton today with his interview, he's saying supposedly that what we are looking for is a mid first or late first. If I was the Saints, I'll be aggressive with this shit. I'll be aggressive and tell them I want this top pick. If you don't want to give me this top pick for this man, then guess what? You're not getting Sean damn Payton. That's what you're not getting. I'll be making all these basically just setting my ground, be like, this is what I want. Because Sean Payton is a Hall of Fame coach. Now, this is how I feel. If you're not going to give me a high first round, which means you're not going to give me, pick 1 through 5, right? You're not going to give me pick 1 through 5, then fine. Then you better give me 2 first round picks. Then you better give me a mid or a late first round plus a first round next year. If you don't want to give me a top pick for him. Because you know damn well, Sean Payton, no matter what team he goes to, he is going to change that organization around. He is a winning coach. He knows how to, create offense. He knows how to he knows how to play to the QB strength. He knows how to make the QB good enough to win. Because why? Because that's how he is. Sean Payton knows the offense. He knows what plays to run. He knows what works, what doesn't work. So the Houston Texans, if you traded for him and gave us the number 2 pick, that is totally worth the pick. Because why? You're gonna go from a 2 and 3 win team to at least guaranteed a 8 win team probably with Sean Payton. Because not only are you getting Sean motherfucking Payton and almost guaranteed about an 8 win season, you also have to realize this too and consider this. Wherever Sean Payton goes, you're gonna see other great players follow Sean Payton because they respect Sean Payton. They like Sean Payton. So just to say, oh well, he's only worth a mid pick or a very late first round pick, I think people are tripping. People are out of their minds when they saying shit like that. Like it ain't like I'm just giving you a head coach, you know, that's not the best head coach, but this man knows offense. He knows how to work with a quarterback. He knows how to, play to their, basically play to their strength for him. He knows how to do all that. And second of all, people respect Sean Payton. Like I said, people respect Sean Payton. So guess what that means? People are going to come to that organization and play for you. You don't hear how Brandon Cooks won out, of the Texan organization. Deshaun Watson, left and wanted to be traded. All this thing in this organization, we bringing you Sean Payton. He's going to fix that organization up for you. Because look what he did to New Orleans for us. He will fix that for you. He will make you a winning organization. He will get star players to come to you. So for people gonna say he's only worth a mid pick or a late pick, y'all are fudging stupid. Yeah, I didn't say the F word. I said fudging. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Y'all fudging stupid. The reason why I say that is because I think he's worth more. I think he's worth a top 5 pick because people don't look into the details of what this brother can do for your organization. Now, Texans already interview him. I love that organization. Why? He's not in the NFC. He'll be in the AFC side, doing his own thing. Plus, they have pick number 2 and pick number 12. That's why I like them so far. They got some really good picks. All right. Next team that I would love to see him go to, because I like their picks, is the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals got pick number 3. That's the pick I would love to get. Why? Because me, Hoodie Jube, would love to see the New Orleans Saints draft a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, and that man is C.J. Stroud. How nice would it be, y'all, to see C.J. Stroud get drafted by the New Orleans Saints? The thing is, he gets drafted by the New Orleans Saints, and he gets to be paired back up with his boy Chris Olave. So that's already a connection that you don't have to worry about Chris Olave, and you don't have to worry about CJ Stroud having to get on the same page. They already played college ball together, so that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Um, right there, that'd just be amazing. Now, the reason, and I know a lot of people are probably thinking, well, Jube, I thought you loved Jameis Winston. I thought you said he's the guy. Well, let me get there. I think Jameis Winston still can be that guy. But guess what? He is on a contract for another 2 years. But I think the Saints are going to release him or trade him or whatever the hell they're going to do to him. Just because you disrespected him this past season. You told the brother that you was going to play him, when he gets back to healthy because you're the one that drew that guy in there hurt. You're the one that drew him while he's having 4 fractures in his back, while he's got a hurt ankle and stuff. You still made that brother play. And you promised him once he gets back healthy, you're going to play again. Guess what happened? You didn't. He didn't get to see the field ever again. So, I think Jameis is out of here. I think they're going to release him or trade him. So, if you're going to do that, I guess the best scenario is to sign Andy Dalton in all season as your backup and hopefully trade Sean Payton for a top 5 pick for you can get your franchise quarterback and a guy like C.J. Stroud. Or if you want to go the other route, depending on how the Ravens, do their thing with Lamar Jackson, if Lamar Jackson's going to leave because they're not going to offer him the money that they want to, then I would say basically go trade for a guy like Lamar. Go pick him up because pay the guy the money because he's an MVP. He's a quarterback that I think can lead your franchise to a Super Bowl because you have the defense around him, you have the weapons around him. You have a great running back, great receivers, you have everything. But the question is, are we gonna go get us a good offensive coordinator this year, or are they gonna stick with Dan Pete Carmichael again, the guy who didn't even want to play? Like he didn't even want to, coach this. He didn't want the offensive coordinator job in the first place. So that's the real question, right? We don't know if Jameson's going to stay or not. So that's why I say I think trading for a top 5 pick for Sean Payton would be worth it for the other team, regardless. You're wasting your top 5 pick. It's worth it. And then it's worth it for us because now we can draft this our dream, franchise quarterback. And I would love to have a dude like CJ Stroud. Look at the way he played against that Georgia defense and everything. No interceptions, 4 touchdowns, did whatever he could, lost because the kicker couldn't make it. So just think about it. Just let all that sink in. So that's why I would have to say next would be the Cardinals, right? Because they got pick number 3. I can draft my quarterback. Da-da-da-da-da. Now, the next team I would like to see him traded to will probably be the Denver Broncos. Why? Because he's not in the division again. You trade him away to the AFC side. He's not in the NFC this time. But the only thing is they have a late first round pick. So that means if you give me a late first, then you might as well give me another damn first for next year too, because that's not good. That's not enough. Especially a very late first round pick. So the Broncos one of the least favorites. But guess what? One of my most hell no, I don't want to trade you to is in my own the damn division rivalry, the Carolina Panthers. Now hear me out. If I was the New Orleans Saints and they are desperate and they want to do whatever it costs to get Sean Payton in Carolina, you better tell them you want 3 to 4 first round picks for this brother. Because why? This ain't no just regular NFC, AFC team that you trading them to. Nah, this ain't who you trading them to. I'm trading my great ass coach, head coach, Hall of Fame coach, to my own divisional rivalry? Oh hell no, hell no, hell no. Hell no, we're not gonna trade you there just for one first round pick or whatever, like these other people are basically offering us. You gotta pay double or triple the price if you want him. If you want him that bad, you're gonna do it. If you don't really care that much, then oh well, sorry. You can have permission to interview him, but guess what? You better offer me something big, brother. I gotta hear what you're gonna offer me. Now, the thing that I'm curious about, the Saints are now allowing none of these people to interview Sean Payton until they tell them up front what is their offers, like what are they willing to give up. And once the Saints say, okay, cool, I like that, you are welcome to interview him. Well, guess what? Carolina has already had permission now to interview Sean Payton. So think of this. What did they offer the New Orleans Saints for that? I really would like to know, what did they offer him that? I really would like to know, what did they offer? To be honest with you, I really do not know. But for them to allow them to have permission now to interview, it must have been something good. Because like I said, this is a divisional rivalry. This is a divisional. That means you have to go against Sean Payton twice a year, every year. So they had to offer something pretty damn good, right? For the Saints to say, yeah, you good to interview him now, man. I like what you're trying to give us. So we'll see. But those are your 4 teams so far. And just in case anybody missed it, just in case y'all missed this, I'm gonna say it again. Okay, you know what? Let me ask y'all this. Before I say my stuff, I want to ask everybody in the chat. By the way, I see 21 of y'all watching right now. Make sure y'all smack the shit out of that like button while y'all are in here. Smack that damn like button now. I'm giving y'all 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. I hope y'all hit the like button already. Also, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And also, turn on your notification bells for it to alert y'all whenever I go live. All right? So, in the chat, I need y'all to tell me this, okay? Say yes or say no. Is Sean Payton worth a top 5 pick? Do you agree with Hoodie Jube? Say yes in the chat or no. And here I'm going to say it again, just in case y'all missed why I said I think he's a top 5 pick. Number 1, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He can change your organization around. He will guarantee you at least an 8 to 9 win season. So he would definitely turn your organization around. Number 2, he will be well respected all around the league, which means top players will come to you. Top players will come play for you. It ain't like we're just giving you a random head coach that's just, decent at winning. No, this is a Hall of Fame coach. He can take any damn quarterback. He shows you. He took Teddy Bridgewater, went 5-0 with that brother. He won games with Taysom Hill at quarterback. So he can play around whatever quarterback you have and play to that quarterback's strength to make sure you win games. So I say about 8 to 9 games he can get you to win easily. And like I said, people respect the brother. So that means people are going to come play for him, which means you're going to get way better players, way more better athletes, and you're going to have veterans coming into this building wanting to play for Sean Payton. So if you're telling me he's only worth a mid or a late pick, I think y'all stupid if y'all said no. That's just me. I think you're retarded if you think he's not worth that. Second of all, does anybody remember back in the day what John Gruden was traded for? 2 first rounds, I think a second and a third, and some money. And you're gonna tell me Sean Payton's not worth that? Come on. Because to be honest with you, if you wanted to give me, let's say, 2 mids, first round pitch, so 2 mids, that's worth a goddamn top 5 pick, because you trade 2 of your first to get up into the top 5 to move up in that pick. So think of that. John Gruden went for 2 first round picks, some money, and some other picks, like a second and a third. That's what John Gruden would. Sean Payton is a way better coach than John Gruden. Look where John Gruden is now. He's not even coaching the damn Raiders anymore. He left. And all the shit that he went through. So I really do think Sean Payton is worth more than that. Now, David Jones, I think you were the only one in the chat that said no, and I see your comment down here. Sean Payton said the requirement is a mid to late first. Yeah, that's what he said. But do you think he's worth more? I think he's worth more. And if you say no, I think you smoking something. You're gonna tell me it ain't like I said. I ain't giving you just a damn head coach just to have you just to give you a head coach. This dude is coming with stuff. He's a future Hall of Famer. He knows how to work with any goddamn quarterback you have to make sure he plays to their strength to win games. He's guaranteeing you at least an 8 to 9 win season already, depending on what type of roster you have, by the way, too. Third of all, he's coming to your organization, which means what? He's going to bring talent to you. People are going to respect him and play for him. So y'all saying no, and Miss Megan, hell no. Y'all stupid. And Miss Megan, I love you. But y'all are stupid saying he's not worth a top 5 pick. I would trade a top 5 pick for Sean Payton if I was the New Orleans Saints. And we didn't know Sean Payton, but we know what his resume brought. Because why? I know better players are coming to my organization. My team's going to be better, and my franchise is going to be a winning franchise. Because look what he did for the New Orleans Saints. Brought us a Super Bowl. Brought this damn poverty franchise where we had paper bags all over our head to a winning organization for years. So you going to tell me that's not worth the top 5 pick? Y'all fucking stupid. Y'all are. I'm just sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful and be rude, but I think y'all are stupid if y'all don't think he's worth that. But hey, it's okay. It's whatever. It's whatever y'all think he's worth. Now, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for anybody that would like to hop on. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all more than welcome to come on. I'm gonna put the link in the chat and give me 1 second because I wanna, attach this to the damn thing so I don't have to keep putting it in the chat for everybody. So give me 1 second. Let me pin this to the top for y'all. Let's see. So here's the pinned message for y'all, and kaboom, it's done. It's pinned. All right, anybody else that would like to come on, click the damn link and come join it. By the way, Cowboys beat the Bucks tonight, 31-14. Bucks are out of here. So, by the way, yeah, they are out of here. So, like I said, everybody, make sure y'all be smacking that shit out of that like button for me if y'all haven't already. I need y'all to smack that like button. like I said, if y'all are new, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And also turn on your notification bells because y'all don't want to miss out on any of the podcasts. So, well, Megan, I see what you said in the chat. You said that's fine, Hoodie, but you asked me and I'm out. We had pick 5 for the first time in years, and I'm not giving that up. Well, duh, you're not gonna give it up. You got Pete Carroll right now. You know, you got a good ass coach. You don't need that. But for a shitty organization, Megan, you're talking about an organization like the Texans, who's only been winning 2 games a year. You gonna tell me you wouldn't risk a top 5 pick with Sean Payton? To be honest with you, you give me that pick. You give me one top 5 pick. That's all I really want from you. It's a top 5 pick so I can get my franchise quarterback. Now here you go, getting your freaking franchise coach that you need to change this organization around. And all you got to do now is go get you somebody. And guess what he's going to do probably? He most likely going to bring a Tom Brady to him. Or he might get an Aaron Rodgers to come play for him. You won't even need that top 5 pick. Because why? Sean Payton is more respected. Like us, the New Orleans Saints, nobody's going to really respect us to come to the Saints right now. Why? We got Dennis Allen as a head coach, bro. But if you get a Sean Payton, they're going to respect you. I'm telling you. So, Megan, that's why I understand you ain't going to trade. Yeah, because y'all the Seahawks. Y'all got Pete Carroll, who is another good coach. Like I said, if you had to trade Pete Carroll, you saw what Pete Carroll does. He's a winning coach, too. He brought his team to the Super Bowl twice, right? So he's worth some money, too. He's going to be worth the top 5 pick. But guess what? Y'all don't need Sean Payton. So that's why you are disagreeing and saying I'm not giving up no 5 pick. Well, duh, you're a Seahawks fan. You don't need it. But we asked him, is he worth that if you're a shitty-ass organization and you need help and you need a damn coach? Yes, I would. So, just letting y'all know that's what they would do. All right, like I said, least in the chat, anybody that wants to come on, y'all more than welcome to. And I'm about to start bringing some people on real quick. By the way, let me let this out one more time. I'm super excited that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are out of the playoffs. Even though I hate the Cowboys too, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm just happy they beat our rivalry and knocked them out the playoffs. One and done. Good job, Cowboys. Good way to beat them. All right, so let's bring some people on. So first up, we're going to bring on the one who says Sean Payton ain't worth the top 5 pick. Because he's all the way from Australia. And she's a Seattle Seahawks fan. Y'all know who it is. Let's bring on Miss Megan.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Glad to see the Bucks are gone. The only time I'm ever going to follow the Cowboys. You'd have to talk, even for a shitty organisation, you would have to talk me into Sean Payton. Sorry. Look, I respect what he's done for the Saints, but I don't see him coming back to the Saints. The 2 places I see him going possibly, or 3 actually, are the Broncos or the Cardinals, or maybe there is talk of the Chargers. Is what I've been hearing. I don't know if I believe that completely, but you would have to seriously talk me into Sean Payton as a head coach.
See, like me, I wouldn't have to talk nobody into it because his resume speaks for itself, you know. And like I said, it ain't like I'm just giving you any coach, you know, that nobody likes. People are gonna like him. So guess what that means. People that are trying to leave your organization because, you know, in the past, the last 3 years, Deshaun Watson went out, Brandon Cooks wants out again. Like all these different players, you know, D Hop got traded, JJ Watt left. All these people are mad at your organization, especially the Houston Texans, right? I'm using them as an example. So you got an organization, you got all your star players leaving, but now you're bringing in a Hall of Fame, you know, a future Hall of Fame. I say future Hall of Fame head coach who is a winning coach who knows how to, you know, especially get an offense going, which is going to make more of these star players want to come play for your organization now and want to stay because I have Sean Payton as my head coach. I know he's going to do his best to make sure I'm the best on the field. They're going to see that when they just go over there, they're like, well, look at this city organization. You think I want to go play for the damn Texans? I want out of this sucker. So that's why I think he's worth a top 5 pick.
But
Because
okay, I hear what you're saying, but do you think just because Sean Payton goes to the Texans, for example, players are going to see him there and instantly want to go there?
yeah, it's just like a Tom Brady, you know. Tom Brady goes and plays somewhere, they want to follow him. You seen what the Bucks did? The Bucks went from a city organization, hurry up and got rid of Jameis, brought in Tom Brady, and here comes everybody. You know, Leonard Fournette wants to go play for him. You name all the names you could think of. Julio Jones wanted to go there. Gronk wanted to come out of retirement to go play with him again. You know, they took a lot of people.
The Texans are going to need a lot more than Sean Payton to get top quality players there.
You think?
I mean, don't get me wrong, he would certainly help.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you need is him because who wanted to? Because remember this: who did Sean Payton for the last few years was going to coach up, but everything kind of fell down the drain a little bit just because of people trying to break the rumors or Drew Brees came back for one more year. Who was going to play for him?
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I just think, to use the Texans as an example, the Cardinals, Broncos, whoever, it's going to take more than Sean Payton to turn those shitty teams around. And I would, if I'm giving up a top 5 pick, I want to know that I'm not saying a 10-7 team in the first year, but I'm going to want some fairly big guarantees it's not going to be Nathaniel Hackett at the Broncos again with Russell Wilson. And I'm not saying it would be if you had Sean Payton, because he's not Nathaniel Hackett, praise the Lord. But if I'm giving up a top 5 pick for a coach, and don't get me wrong, Sean Payton is worth possibly top 10 in my opinion. And I'm not dissing Sean Payton as a coach. He did great work for you guys at the Saints. But I want to, and yes, what you're saying about his resume, Hoodie, is true. And I'm not discounting that. Okay, take the Cardinals. They're my brother's favourite team. They are going to need a miracle to have any chance at players wanting to go to them. Now, will Sean Payton, a coach like Sean Payton, help them? Yes, of course. But he's not going to be the be-all and end-all in terms of turning those teams around.
He will, because look what he did to the Saints. What did he do? He turned our organization around. He's going to turn your organization around easily. And by the way, I do want to call out David Jones real quick in the chat. I got his message up here. He says, Sean Payton's going to make the Texans a 3-win team. Well, David Jones, I don't know what the hell you're smoking. I don't know what the hell you got stuck up your ass. I know you probably pissed off because Sean Payton's leaving and you've always been in the chat, always negative in my chat. But I'm telling you, David Jones, you got something up your ass right now telling me you're going to get Sean Payton. He's only going to win you 3 games.
He would be more than a 3-win team over a season. And top 10 is what I'm giving because, as I said, Seattle have got a top 5 pick for the first time in fucking years, and I'm not giving that up. Now, granted, as Hoodie said, we've got Pete Carroll, so we don't need to. But I would think 5 to 10 would be the first round picks I'd be offering. Now, if that counts me out, fine. At least I can put my picks to building my team.
And don't forget, because like you don't just think of this too. You're a Seahawks fan, remember? So you're thinking from a Seahawks perspective because you got Pete Carroll, right? So think of this. Oh, I can just use my pick for a player. Well, duh, you got a good coach. But guess what? If you don't have a good coach, then guess what? You see a lot of this league because you've seen the New Orleans Saints. You thought the Saints were going to go far this year because we have good players. But look what happens when you don't have a good coach. You can have all
Oh,
the good players
yeah,
all you want,
yeah,
and you
fair.
can draft all the people you want. You're gonna be ass, and that's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
people. If you bring in a
yeah,
Sean
that's
Payton
true.
and you get the right players around him, because he will bring those people in, y'all gonna be a winning organization. That's what people don't understand. And you can listen to all the podcasts, you can listen to all the NFL people, and they were literally gonna tell you the NFL is a coaching league. You gotta have a great head coach to win. You're not gonna win with no shitty ass coach.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
So that's why I
I
think he's worth it. I'm not gonna give you my good head coach just for a late first round pick. It's not worth it.
yeah. I, yeah, look, I see it both ways. And yes, we are blessed in Seattle to have Pete Carroll, although every Tom, Dick, and Harry 12 wanted him gone when Russell was being traded. I don't dislike Sean Payton as a coach, but I just think it would take more. Yes, I hear what you're saying about players coming if you've got a good coach.
And
Uh,
it's kind of like what Miss Dana's saying too. Like Dana put in the chat, she was saying about is you can look at it in the Saints perspective. A top 5 pick would easily help us. Know what I'm saying? Because we need more players on our team, and also you got to think about the coaching that we got right now. We don't have Sean Payton, so like we got to give something for Sean Payton, right? And if you don't want to give me that top 5 pick because you just want to be greedy about that, but then guess what? Then you're gonna have to give me 2 first rounds, and I think it's better for a team to give up that one top 5 pick just for that 1 year, for you can have a great Hall of Fame coach, and then now the next year, because you're gonna have him for 5 or 6 years as your coach, he can use those picks, and now y'all gonna be a winning organization instead of, oh, I'm gonna pass it up on him. I just don't want to give him that one pick. I'm telling you, it's easier.
Yeah, and as you said, I am blessed to have Pete Carroll as my coach, so maybe I'm looking at it through those eyes. I guess you could ask me the question, would I give up a top 5 pick for a Pete Carroll type coach if Pete was
No, I'm
being...
saying, so let's say you was in our shoes, right?
Mhm.
And Pete Carmichael says, Pete Carroll says, I'm gonna just go, do television like Sean, right? And then he
Right.
decide he wants to come back and coach your team. He wants to come back and coach, but not the Seahawks anymore. And you know what he did? He brought you to 2 Super Bowls, won one. He's the winning coach. You barely see him lose. How much how much would you want to give up for him? Do you want to you think somebody's gonna say, well, here, I just want to give you a late first round pick, or maybe a mid, if that? You're gonna be like, he's not worth that shit. He's worth more than a goddamn top 10 pick. This is Pete Carroll you're talking about. See, you're saying if you was in our shoes, you'd be saying the same shit because you got a good coach. Because they both really good.
But do you think, and I'm genuinely asking this question not to be a smart ass, do you think Sean Payton is on par with Pete Carroll in terms of their coaching ability and vice versa? Now, I'm genuinely even interested to hear what you think. I think, I love Pete Carroll, so I'm biased towards Pete. Is Sean Payton on par?
I think, to be honest with you, they probably both even, because they both won Super Bowl. They both are winning coaches. They both know how to, especially coach the offense and stuff. So they both good. It's just basically, who got more Super Bowls, and nobody does. They both got 1 Super Bowl. One been to 1 extra Super Bowl, but that was with that
Lost one.
That was with the best defense you can ever have. Sean Payton for 5 years straight after we won that Super Bowl, we had a shitty ass defense, but we still went like 7-9 or 7-8 or whatever it was. We still made it. Like with wins, even though we were scoring 40 points, but still losing. If Sean Payton would have just had a good defense like the Seattle had, that the Legion of Boom, if he would have just had that for 4 or 5 years with his team, that he was killing everybody, he would have won 2 or 3 more Super Bowls. That's how good of a coach he was, that he can put up 40, 50 points for you. But if I don't have a defense, I'm still losing because our defense is ass. And that's what happened to us back then. And now we're finally a defensive team, and we can't have the offensive power anymore because Sean is gone, and now we need help with that. So that's why I'm saying now we need to find somebody, good. Like we need to find us a franchise quarterback. We need to find us an offensive coordinator that's gonna coach that, quarterback and play to his strength and play to our offense and get us points on the board. But we're not just gonna trade Sean Payton just for a mid pick, because I know this man is easily a top 5 pick. Like you would probably say the same thing about Pete Carroll. if he
I'd
was
say,
literally doing the same
in
thing.
all honesty, and I'm not just saying this because I love the man as much as I do, top 3 or nothing. Top 3 or Carroll stays in Seattle.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's what you were saying. Not even because you love it, because you know he's a good coach, and that's how we feel about Sean. So to say he's not,
Yeah.
maybe a top 10. I mean, you got to put yourself in the same shoes as if Pete Carroll was leaving your team. What would you want to lose him for?
Top
Because
3.
he's a good coach, and especially
Yeah,
people in your division too. You know, like they got people like, let's say, what's a team that's not really that good right now? In our division?
Cardinals. Oh,
Cardinals, right? Yeah,
did I say Cardinals way too
yeah.
quickly?
Yeah, so Cardinals, right? Because, you know, Sean McVay's with the Rams. He's a good coach. You got Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers, who was good, right? So they looking for somebody good. You get all these different offers from different people, but your divisional rivalry is asking for Pete Carroll. What are you going to give up for him? Because the Carolina Panthers are trying to get the Saints coach right now. They're trying to get Sean Payton.
For a division rival, where does Arizona pick? What's their first pick?
Top 3.
I want that 3rd pick, or forget you, clown.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to figure out what the Panthers are going to get. Because the Panthers are like, I think they pick is like 9 or 10. And that's not really worth what the Cardinals could offer or what Houston can offer us. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the Panthers and you really want it, you might have to give up 2, 3, 4 first rounds because, hey, I don't want to see Sean Payton twice a year unless it's worth the cost. So I mean, just think of it.
Look, as I said, Hoodie, you can convince me that he's worth. And yes, I am looking at it from a Seattle perspective, which I probably need to switch that to the Saints perspective. Yeah, maybe. I don't know that if I was in charge of the Saints, whether I'd be willing to do it myself. But again, I'm probably still looking through the Seattle eyes. Yeah, maybe. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up and what has to be paid for him, I guess.
Hey, Brian Pearson, you said, sorry, Megan.
No,
but Brian Pearson said, who cares where Sean Payton goes and who cares what, I think he meant to say compensation we going to get. Does it really matter if we don't have a good quarterback? Well, Brian, that's why you're trying to trade him and know where the hell he's going to go. Because if you trade him for a top 3, top 5 pick, what you're going to get? You're going to get your franchise quarterback, Brian. Come on, man. Think of that. That's why we're talking about this, before we can know where we want to trade him, what we're going to get for him, who's going to give us the best deal to have us a chance to draft us a quarterback, or is somebody in free agency going to come here? Is Aaron Rodgers going to leave Packers and finally go somewhere else? We don't know. But me, if I'm getting rid of my boy Sean, I'm giving away a top pick. I want a top pick back from him. But Ms. Meg, if you don't mind holding in this mute your mic real quick, because I do have 2 more people back here waiting. I'm going to ask them the same questions, what they think the course would be. All righty. So next up, we have Bye-Bye Buccaneers. I don't know who this is, but hey, who's Bye-Bye Buccaneers? Bye-Bye Buccaneers, you here? No. Bye-Bye Buccaneers, last chance.
Yo, it's the one and only.
I should have known.
Jerry.
Oh, good grief! Can I leave now, Hoodie? Can I?
If you want to. If you want to leave.
No, I'm kidding.
What's good? Love you, Megan.
Love you, OJ.
You know I do.
Says hi.
You know I do.
So, Mr. Jerry,
how you doing tonight, my brother?
Oh, I'm doing good, my man. Basically, I want to ask you the same thing that me and Miss Megan been talking about. What do you think about Sean Payton? Do you think he's worth a top 5 pick, or you think he's worth less?
Well, Hoodie, before I get into that, I just want to do something really special, and then we'll get to that topic. Is that all right?
Yeah.
From the entire Who Dat Nation, Cowboy Nation, all I can tell y'all is thank you. Thank y'all for beating Tampa Bay and Tom Brady at Raymond James Stadium in the playoffs. Thank y'all for beating Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa to end their playoff run. Thank you. thank you. I know I talk about y'all a lot. I mean, we still don't like you, but what y'all did tonight to them Buccaneers made us happy, especially me. So, thank you, and God bless.
God bless the Cowboy Nation.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much, because I don't want to hear any Buccaneer fans talking all kind of noise. All I want to hear is quiet. I want them to just be as quiet as church mice. Amen. Now, with that out of the way, this topic right here. It don't matter to me where Sean Payton goes, but if it was me, I would either choose Arizona because they got the 3rd pick in the draft, or I might go with Houston because they have a 2nd and a 12th pick in the draft, this year's draft. So it's kind of like a toss up. Do I want to, one side want me to go Houston, and the other side want me to go Arizona. So and I've been hearing people talking about we need to draft another quarterback. It could happen. It could happen in April. So, but only time will tell. So if it was me, I'd say Arizona. Either I say one side say Arizona because once again they can trade their 3rd pick to us, or I can go with Houston and they can trade their 2nd and 12th pick to us. I mean that way we'll have 2. We'll have 2 draft picks. The Saints will have 2 draft picks in the draft. If that happens, because we still don't know yet. Like I say, only time will tell, Hoodie. Only time will tell.
Yes, sir.
So, that's my thought process on that.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. So, because I asked Miss Megan, the same basically the same question. If she had her foot in our shoes, right? What would you trade Pete Carroll, right? I think Pete Carroll and Sean Payton is almost like identical. Both won Super Bowl. Both of them great head coaches can,
Yep.
draw good players here. They're going to coach your team up right to make sure you're a winning organization. Yeah, they might have a downfall year here and there, but most of the time you're going to see them having a winning record on your screen. So what are you going to trade for them? And she even said she's not giving up nothing but a top 3 pick. You see what I'm saying? How we looking at the top 5. So now she's trying to see where we coming from about Sean Payton, because like I said, everybody thinks like, oh, we ain't offering a top 5 pick for Sean. That's fucking stupid. Like, y'all think we're gonna, trade that to y'all organization for Sean? Y'all stupid. I'm thinking like, well, do you know what you're getting in Sean? Y'all not looking at it. We're not just giving you this Sean Payton like this. He's just like a regular head coach. This is a future Hall of Famer. This guy knows how to work with your quarterbacks. He knows how to get your offense moving. He's gonna have you with a winning record on your team. He's going to also draw players into your damn team. Why? Because they respect him. And guess what? A lot of people follow Tom Brady. I understand that. But guess what? Guess who Sean Payton was going to coach the last few times? Tom Brady. And guess who's a free agent next year? Tom Brady. So you have a good chance of getting anybody and having your organization from a losing to a winning, because he showed you that he can be that coach. He did that for New Orleans. So if people are going to say he's not worth the top 5 pick, I think people are retarded, because if you look at it like Miss Megan did, and she put her own self in her own shoes and asked the same question about her coach, look what she said, a top 3 pick. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's going to say the same shit about their coach if Sean Payton was their coach. But they would. That's not their coach, so they're not thinking that. They're thinking, oh, I ain't train that. I need that top 5 pick. No, what you really need what you need to do is trade that for Sean Payton to where you're gonna be a winning organization. Y'all gonna get talent to come here, and then guess what? After next year, you'll have another pick. Then you can get you a franchise quarterback, or like I said, you might already have Aaron Rodgers or somebody go and play for Sean because they know how he is as a coach. So you might not even need that pick anymore. That's what we're trying to tell people, like especially the Cardinals, right? They don't need the top 3. They got Kyler Murray. Just think of Kyler Murray being coached by Sean Payton.
Yeah, because Arizona, they already got Kyler Murray. I mean, I wouldn't see them getting another quarterback in the draft because they got the guy and they signed him to like a big deal. So I would I would trade that pick to us because they already because the Cardinals they already got a quarterback in Kyler Murray, so that settles it. So if
Yep.
they want to trade the pick to us, because Lord knows we need a quarterback because Andy Dalton is not going to cut it, bro. I mean, as a
Oh yeah.
backup, yes, but as a starter for the future in next year's season, no.
Yep. And by the way, Mr. Jeff, if you don't mind muting your mic as well, I'm gonna bring on the next person, ask them the same question. You know, we're gonna keep going around, and then eventually we'll just have a free fall. So next up, we got my boy God of Creation. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. So you already know the question. Might as well answer it, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Is Sean Payton worth a top 5 pick, or is he less than a top 5?
I'll tell you like this. Megan was tripping saying he's not worth it.
Hey,
He's
she
easily
kind of
better
changed.
coach than Pete Carroll.
She
But
kind of changed her mind. I don't know if you
you know what
noticed.
I'm saying?
She kind of changed her mind because I told her look in your shoes, and you put yourself in our shoes and say you're gonna trade Pete Carroll. How much are you gonna ask
Right.
for Pete Carroll? And she said nothing less than a top 3 pick.
Well,
So
yeah.
she kind of understands.
If you put Sean Payton in Pete Carroll's shoes, that playoff game, they would have probably won. But yeah. Sean Payton definitely worth the top 5 pick. Not 3, because if you have 3, I feel like when you start going to like 3 and under, and it's like that's like usually you want, especially because Sean is not like, it's not like Sean is young, you know what I'm saying? So I would say if he was like Sean McVay age, or that one guy from the Packers age, then I
Oh,
would say
Matt
he's a,
LaFleur.
yeah. If he was around that age, then yeah, I guess you could say that. But yeah, I think he's worth a top 5 pick at
Yeah.
least.
Could think of the Cardinals, right? They got a
Yeah.
top 3 pick. That
Yep.
they got the 3rd pick. If you was the Cardinals, would you not trade that? Because you already got your franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray. He just need a coach that can help him out on offense. Because Kingsbury didn't work out with them. He had D Hop and everything, and he could not do nothing with D Hop in him.
If it was me, no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Okay, so you want
No,
to bring your winning
no.
coach to your organization.
Well, it's not. It's not like. It's more of like they need like more pieces, because a lot of their team, JJ Watt's retiring. D Hop doesn't want to be there. A lot of
But
their
you heard
actual
what you
play.
said. D Hop didn't want to be there. Well, who says if he brings Sean Payton and D Hop will be like, fine, I'll stay because I know he's a good ass
That's a
coach.
big if. That was something you would have to
You have to
actually
discuss
add
with it,
to.
you know. You got to
Yeah,
discuss everything with people
but
because
if
he didn't want to play for Kingsbury anymore, and that's why he's going now. That's why he got fired.
right, but yeah, I mean,
And a top 5
yeah,
pick too in the NFL draft is normally more for a top quarterback slash offensive lineman,
yeah,
maybe D
you ain't
lineman, if
lying.
that. So saying you won't even
Edge
need that
rusher,
right now. You
right?
need more of a head coach. So that's why I'm saying if I was Cardinals, I'd be like, here, take my top 3. I'm getting my winning coach, but that's all I'm giving you is a
Yeah,
top
yeah,
is a,
you
is
ain't
a top
lying.
3 pick.
If I was the Cardinals, I guess so. I would take it because, like you said, they're really. I mean, I don't think there's any. I don't know college players, so it's kind of hard for me to even like answer that to full effect. But as far as I'm aware, there's not a like super crazy edge rusher coming out.
Yep. Hey, and like Miss Dana just said, and I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna read out loud. Put it like this: that top 5 pick can do more for the Saints than it can do for the Cardinals. Why? Their biggest need right now, and she put it down here. Their biggest need is a head coach. We need a head coach too. We need a really good head coach. But guess what? They given the Towns another shot. So guess what? That top 5 pick will benefit us more than what they would because what they're gonna do with that top 5 pick? You already got Kyler Murray. You already got,
Right.
like what you gonna do with that top 5 pick? But you do need a head coach because y'all got nobody right now. Y'all looking. So I think that's why some people will say, depending on who's in the fight for the run, like you got Houston Texans, you got the Panthers. You never know. Be like, hey man, I know the Panthers is my divisional rivalry. They did offer me that 9th pick. They offered me a 1st-round pick next year and a few 2nd rounds this year. Wait.
Yeah.
But I'll give you my 3rd pick this year. My first 3rd pick. How about that? Be like, oh well, shit, 3rd, done deal, bro. You're saying somebody might bite on that shit because they really want him that bad. Because we know what he's worth. Everybody knows it.
All right.
Just some people are mad and they don't want to admit it.
My question is, do we think, like, let's just say we do get a first round third, or we get the QB we want, right? Let's say we got CJ or Bryce Young. If we do get one of them boys, are they going to be enough to overcome? First of all, we need a offensive coordinator just
That's
as
what you
bad.
really need. That's what you really need.
Let's
What our search is, so let's say we get a top 5 pick from somebody in a trade. We go get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, somebody that can scramble out the pocket and still throw the ball, that can win you games. Now, guess what you need? You need an offensive coordinator that can get you about 30, 40 points a game on the board. Because why? Dennis Allen is a really great defensive coach. So you already know your defense is going to be good no matter what. You need that offense. So that's what we need. We need Pete Carmichael to leave.
Oh my
Or
God!
or if you want to stay here and just be your assistant coach that you was where you're just an assistant, then cool. But we need
That's what
somebody
it
that
is.
wants to coach this offense, that wants to be here.
That
Remember last year,
no,
I don't want to do
no,
that. I don't want to
right?
be the offensive
Exactly. I don't
coordinator.
want to be no right.
But then why you hired him then, motherfucker? Shit.
Right, exactly right, man.
Look how
That
the
should have
season
been a
went.
red flag. Man, I was wondering. I was like, why would he just not want to be the head offensive coordinator? Ding, ding, ding. This is why, because he know he shit at play calling. He even knew it, man. That's sad, man. He knew before we knew. But yeah, I mean, but my one more question before you, if you got to bring another person on, what's the likelihood of us getting a top 5 pick? Like, what's the likelihood of?
I'll say
Yeah, you might be like, oh yeah, Sean Payton Cardinals and this, but like, I just feel like when do we ever get our way? The only time we
yeah.
got our way was last year was with Chris Olave.
I would say, like, before, like me just listening to some of the people say, I'll be like, oh, it's only like a 10%, like it's gonna be rare if you get that. But as we get in, more teams, especially a divisional rivalry team hopping in already, and then there's gonna be more teams out there, after the playoffs and all that, they don't make it, like the Chargers might try to hop in, you got all these different people that's gonna want to hop in, and we're gonna be like, hey, we got the best pick. Our best offer was from our divisional rivalry, man. Pick number 9, another first round pick next year. They gave me 2 second rounds this year, and they promised to do this and that or whatever. But goddamn, I'm desperate to get it. So my percentage went from like a 10% to like a 30-40%. And I think we can easily get that because somebody is going to be too desperate and bite on it. And who is a desperate organization right now that's going to be wanting to win and get their franchise turned around?
Cardinals.
I'll say the Cardinals or who? The Houston Texans, who's been losing forever and losing all their
Oh
fucking
my God,
franchise
them
players.
niggas be. Oh my God.
So just think about it. So I'm saying
Right.
some team might bite on that bitch, and people thinking, "Oh no, I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. Like he's not worth the top
Right.
5." I mean,
Yeah.
okay, if he's not worth it, then please explain to me why he ain't worth it. Cause I already explained all my reasoning on why I think he would be a
Right.
top 5 pick. Because like I said, and I'll say it again for anybody that might have just joined again, I'll say it one more damn time for y'all. He's a future Hall of Fame coach. Already there. He won you a Super Bowl. He turned the Saints franchise around. So he's going to come to you,
Right.
change you into a winning organization. Not only that, people respect Sean Payton. So guess what's going to happen? You're going to get better players, better veterans and all that. They're going to help your organization out to where you're going to be winning. You're not going to be just winning 3 games with Sean. No, Sean Payton's going to win you at least 8 to 9 games. And then just think how many more games he can win when the other veterans in them come to play for him.
Right.
And you tell me that's not worth the top 5 pick? Y'all stupid.
What pick do you think we like? What do you think like the lowest first round we need to like? What would you say like
Lowest?
we can't like? What I'm trying to say is like
I said the
think
lowest
of wait
is
hold
12.
on let me try to explain it. So like what I'm trying to say is like if we have what's the like the like oh man we need this pick or something lower we can't go
Yeah,
beyond that.
I say we just need pick 12 and lower. You can't go anything above 12.
You
Because
don't
the Houston
think
Texans got number 2 and number 12.
You don't think Bryce and CJ are gonna be out of there within like the 8th round?
No, they
Like,
will. No, I think they will. But it depends on what you get. Because like this. So this is how I would finesse somebody. You ready? This is how I'm going to finesse a team. Let's say the Houston Texans. They got number 2 and number 12, right? I'm gonna tell you, and they said, hey, we really don't want to give up our number 2. I even talked to Sean in the interview, and he wants me to try to keep that, in the trade package, to where we can have him a top pick to use this year, if we need to draft the quarterback or draft this and that. I'll be like, okay, I'll be like, okay, well, if you want to give me your 12 and that's what you want to offer this year, and you don't want to give me your number 2 pick, and I know what Sean is worth, you got to give me your first round pick for next year too. So they said, I'm gonna give you my 2024 pick. All right. Now I take that 2024 first round pick, right, that they just traded to me, plus my 2023 12th overall pick, and I'll combine those two together, and I'm gonna go talk to somebody like the Cardinals or somebody and be like, hey, y'all got Kyler Murray, y'all don't need no franchise quarterback. Well, y'all like to bat down to number 12. I'll give you my number 12, and I'll give you my pick I just got from the Houston Texans for the 2024. So now you got 2 first-round picks.
That's it. Throw in
And
that
then I'm
second
going to move
round
up,
too.
and then I'll move back up into the first and get it. And now I still got my first from next year in 2024 because we didn't trade that. So we still got the Saints 2024 pick. That's how you might have to finesse a team who don't want to give you their top pick. You're going to have to trade up in that second. So that means you don't want to give me that top 5 pick, then fine, brother. You better give me something mid enough, that's close to a top 5, like a 12, and then give me another first round for next year because I know what Sean Payton's worth. You saw what John Gruden went for, 2 first round picks. Give me that, and I'm gonna trade them 2 picks that you just gave me to move up to get my franchise quarterback. That would be my idea, and that's what I'm thinking most likely would have to happen because, like we all said, I think it's like a 30-40% chance that somebody's gonna offer us that, but we all know how much a franchise coach can be worth because people just are just jackasses and all that thinking and he's not worth that. But when I talked to Megan and she realized, oh, let me put myself in his shoes and let me see what I'm gonna get Pete Carroll for. She said nothing less than a top 3 pick. So to think about that.
Oh yeah, she bugging. He like one of the oldest coaches. I ain't
But
getting
just
no
think
top
though,
3.
but just saying, just think of that though. She said a top 3 for that. And so on Peyton and them was almost like a what and what, they both kind of old, but they both winning coaches. They both going to do everything you need them to bring your organization to a winning organization, and people are going to trust to play for you because you've been in the league for a while. They know what you're doing, so it's going to be worth it because it's just one pick, and depending on if you got your franchise quarterback already, like the Arizona Cardinals, you don't need that top 5 pick anymore. You don't need it right now. You just need a head coach that's going to change the organization around, and boom, you get traded. And then next year you get whatever you need because you got Sean Payton there for 5 years. Now, the next 4 years, you got first-round picks with him, and you're going to eventually make it into the playoffs.
Megan,
because you got
stop
him.
it. We wouldn't kill for no dang oldest coach. No, we wouldn't. I promise you. Megan, we beat your team. Why would we? Y'all had a better coach and we still beat y'all. Why would we? No, we don't. We beat y'all without him. Megan, like what? That don't make no sense, man.
So, I mean, that would be my scenario. Like you don't want to offer me a top 5 pick for the coach that I know what he's worth. Y'all want to keep saying he's mid or late first-round pick, then fine. Give me a mid. But if you really want this, brother, give me your first-round pick for next year too, because I already, since you know he's a good-ass coach and he's going to get your organization to a winning organization, you're going to have a late first-round pick again next year anyway, so you might as well give me that too. You gave me 2 mid / 2 late picks for him. And then, okay, cool, deal. And now I'm taking those 2 things and I'm going to trade up into the first to get my quarterback for me.
What do you think about the Georgia QB?
Bennett?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people complain about him because he is older. He's already like 25, 26 coming out of college.
Why the fuck? I mean, excuse my language. Why the heck
because
is
he was
he
a walk-on.
so?
Because he was a walk-on. He didn't get no scholarships offers or nothing like that. And he just walked on, tried out for the team while he was in college, and he made the team. And then like a year later, after somebody left the team, he got the opportunity to start, and he just did good the last 2 years for him. So that's why he's a little older than most people. Like they saying, Lamar and Joe Burrow and all them been in there like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th year, and Bennett is older than them. He's older than those guys who's been in the league for 4 or 5 years. So
wait, who's been in here for 5 years? Not nobody. None of the new QBs.
No, like Lamar Jackson, he's on his 4th year. I think this was his 4th year, so he's about to go into his 5th year. So you got these younger quarterbacks. Yeah, you got these younger quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, been in the league for 4 years now. Remember, he got drafted in 2017.
Who?
Mahomes.
When did Lamar get drafted?
Lamar got drafted, I think, the same year, if I'm not mistaken, 2017. He just got drafted late. Remember, everybody passed up on him.
Oh,
So just think, they've been in here for 4 or 5 years now, and they all ready for their contracts. And here's Bennett coming into the league, for a draft if somebody does draft him, and he's older than all these quarterbacks that's already
but
got
my
5
thing
or 6 years
is,
experience.
I don't think that's not a problem for us.
Age's not a problem, but it depends on does he,
Be-
fit your
because
system.
guess what?
Do you have an offensive coordinator that's gonna want him? That's the question.
You ain't lying, but I mean, it doesn't matter, man. I want anybody that can win me. Like, because let's just say, okay, he's what, 20? What'd you say he was? 25, 26? He said he's like 25, 26, right?
Let me look him up just to make sure
So
I'm not telling y'all the wrong
I think
wrong one.
you can still use him for like 10 years, right? I mean, most
Yeah.
QBs are going to be 35 plus.
Okay, so he's 25.
Yeah, man, we could
So he could be
easily
in the
get
league for
another
20
10
years.
years.
If he
Right? Come
if
on,
he
man.
goes out of Tom Brady,
Right.
20 years in the league, then yeah.
Exactly. We could easily have him for at least 10 years.
Let me look up
So
Lamar Jackson for
I
you
don't
real quick.
I
I
don't
think
think
Lamar Jackson
I don't think it's a problem,
is
especially if he's a good QB. Well, you can't be picky when everybody's like, oh no, we don't have a QB, and everybody gave up on Jameis, and he might not even come back. So we can't be really too picky,
yeah.
especially if it don't go the way we plan on getting one of those other two boys.
What's up, Zach, man? Hey, Zach, if you got a minute, click that link real quick. Come hop on. We got to ask you a question. It's got this big, scenario that we've been talking about. So click that link real quick. Come hop on, Zach. We ain't heard your voice in I don't know how long. So come in, hop in for about 10, 15 minutes, talk with us. Tell me what your thought is, and then we'll end the podcast from here, and talk about everything. We want Zach. We want Zach. We want Zach. Everybody chant in the chat. We want Zach. We want Zach. We want Zach. Everybody keep putting we want Zach in the chat until he comes on. Lester says shout out to
Yeah,
Dennis Allen.
DA is good with. That's when people are always talking shit about DA, but never give him any credit for shit
For the
besides
defensive
defensive
stuff.
cost.
Hey, the
No,
only thing, what the crazy thing is about the Dennis Allen situation that people are not looking into?
hmm,
So you know how old area he's the same fucking coach from the Raiders, right?
yeah,
But can I ask y'all a question about that? What was his record for the 2 seasons that he coached there?
that's a good. I
What was
wouldn't
the
know.
most wins he ever had? He had 4 wins in each season,
4,
4-4,
right?
4-4. So he won 8 games total. This
Hmm.
year he went 7-10 with a lot of injuries. So he almost doubled the wins that he had in 2 coaching seasons in 1 season with us, and that was with a lot of injuries and a terrible offensive coordinator that
Well,
was
well,
not ready to coach us.
well, hoodie. People are pessimistic, man. That's how. That's sad, man. Because I'm like, man, I'm really starting to see how the hood had how we operate. Some people are just so pessimistic. I mean, goodness gracious, so pessimistic. And then people don't even say what was bad about our team. They just said Da needs to get fired. Okay, why? Why does Da need to get fired? Oh, because he can't coach a team. What can't he coach? Oh well,
Now,
he can't give
offense,
nobody.
that's the only thing that
Oh,
pissed me off
yeah,
was
but guess what?
playing Jameis hurt. That's the only thing I'll be mad about.
That's right.
Is lying.
That's what I said. That's the only thing he did wrong was with Jameis, and I think that was just because he was scared for his job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't excuse it because I'm like, Jameis is at least double the talent of Andy, but that's the only thing. He wasn't calling offensive plays. He ain't sitting there calling offensive plays.
Yeah, Zach said, "Give me like 2 minutes and I'm gonna hop in." That's right. We want Zach. But yeah, like I
Like
said,
it.
I do think he's worth the pick, and I'm gonna ask Zach what he thinks. I know what Zach's gonna say. Zach's gonna say he's on everybody else's side, where I don't think we're gonna get that much, and I don't know if he's really worth that much, and
Edward Green. What do you mean his decision making? If you talk about anything with offense, you should get slapped because he wasn't calling any fucking offensive plays. Please tell me.
See, that's why I really do think if Dennis Allen,
What do people be?
let's say we get rid of Pete Carmichael, right? You know, you get rid of
Mhm.
him, or he drops down to assistant, you know, just to be an assistant guy to help in the building, and you go get you a really great offensive coordinator that you know can, you know, score 30 points a game, you know, is really good at creating offense, making good plays. If you can find that type of offensive coordinator, just to coach with Dennis Allen as your head coach, this can be a winning franchise because your defense is going to
Right.
be A1 with Dennis Allen. You just need a offense. That's what killed us this whole time. Offense. And then you have some games where the offense looked good, but then
Dana, what was the opinion that I said? I literally spoke a fact. He didn't call offensive plays. That's a fact, not an opinion.
yes, you got him. Yes, you got him. I totally agree. Retain Chris Resort at all costs. Don't let that brother go.
What does he do? What does he coach?
Well, remember he was defensive coordinator, but he's the one that does all the DBs. He's the one that's been helping our DBs play so good. I mean, look at Lante Taylor this year.
Well, wait, is he not paying attention to Paulson the Debo? Because he decreased, nigga. I don't know what happened to Paulson the Debo.
Well, remember he came on when injured this year too. He was coming off an injury this year, so I think he was because he was doing good in training camp all year. Remember, then he hurt himself, came back in like the second or third game, and
Wait, Hoodie, sorry. Dana, what are you talking about? His decision making is shitty. Please tell me what are you talking about? And stop saying offense because he did not coach offense. You can't come here and talk about opinions, but don't even speak facts. He didn't coach offense. He himself said he didn't coach offense.
well,
What are you talking about?
Dana put it in the chat. She said she's talking about the Jameis situation, not wanting to play him and lying to him and all that. That was his decision as the head coach to play him and then not to play him now. That was the only offensive stuff that he did. You know, he didn't do the play calling, no, but the decision making on
My
who to start.
My thing is, guess what, Dana? Even with that horrible thing, guess what? That didn't lose us. That didn't lose us all those games.
We won, Jack.
That didn't lose us all those games. Because guess what? Even let's just say this. All right, when Jameis was in there, his first game, we were down. We were losing. We still had horrible offense with Jameis in there. So what was the excuse? With Michael Thomas, mind you, Michael Thomas was back and healthy, and that was probably one of the worst games. So if you want to talk about decision making, well, when Jameis was actually playing, guess what? Offense was still trash.
So
you know, but you say that and
was it not?
I don't completely disagree. But like when you see that run that we had during the Atlanta Falcons game, whenever they finally let the playbook loose,
no, that was Jameis.
Down by so much, we look great because of
Jameis. Because of him, not the play call.
Right. And then right once, even though he dealt with that injury, and a lot of people think he got injured in that Carolina game, that it wasn't the Tampa game that caused that injury to occur. He was already feeling a little bummed. It's the play calling that forced him not to play his game. They didn't want him to play his game unless he was down. We didn't see Jameis feel loose unless they were down.
Yeah, that's offensive coordinator.
DA had to let it fly.
That wasn't DA.
They've already came out and said that DA was dipping his fingers in the cookie jar.
That's just because he's head coach. People, no.
You don't think?
No, he doesn't call offensive plays. You can tell he doesn't call offensive plays. Like the defensive mastermind calling these terrible offensive plays. The only thing you can say is he messed up Jameis' situation.
That's what I
That's
think.
the only thing that you can really say. Why are people dumping the whole terrible offense on him? He did not call plays. Even if he had a little pinch of salt in it.
The thing is that we don't know whether it's true or not because we never seen Pete Carmichael actually run the full offense except for that 1 year where we had Drew Brees and we had all the weapons in the world and we were rolling.
We saw it this
year.
I
mean, it's coming off of I know, but I'm saying like previously, so we don't know if that is truly Pete Carmichael's game plan.
Yes, we do.
Like, you got to think we're coming with the year that he was that we got to realize the year that we saw Carmichael was the year after we had the best offense in the league.
Right. And who do we have? Who's our head coach?
Things got floated. It was Sean P.
Okay.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess I kind of hop into the conversation late. Are you trying to say that Pete Carmichael doesn't deserve to lose his job?
No.
It's like,
no, I said it's on Pete Carmichael, not on DA.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then I'm arguing with you. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Thank you.
I think DA should be out too, but like I understand the fact that we don't get rid of him right away.
Right, exactly.
It's just his game plan as a head coach, because a head coach is gonna have control over everything. He is gonna have control of how he wants to run the offense. He might not run the plays, but he's gonna tell him like, this is the game plan that I want to go in with. We saw no risk taking out of DA. We had this conversation in my stream just a little bit earlier, just about the same thing with Todd Bowles with Tampa Bay, where they don't take deep
look
shots
at Megan's comment.
Plays either. They just don't do it. I saw that too, Megan. I love that.
I'm just going on what I was told. We were tanking, and you guys were raising the Lombardi.
We didn't, Megan. We didn't know we had a trash offensive coordinator.
No, hang on. We got our tails kicked by the 49ers. We'll grant you that. But how did that all work out for you?
We beat y'all, so that's all that matters. We beat y'all, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you didn't beat too many others.
Hey, we beat y'all.
We let you have that one, God, because we kind of felt sorry for you, but that
sounds like a personal problem.
No, we thought, well, we've got Pete Carroll, you've got Dennis Allen. Who wins the coaching war? We do.
Too bad you didn't win the game. That's all that matters.
Well, as I said,
hey, we beat the Eagles, so that's under our resume. So, hey, did y'all beat a top 3 team?
What was that, God?
Did you beat a top 3 team?
I don't listen to bullshit, God, which is why
bullshit.
I'm not listening.
Hey, man, we beat the Eagles.
My bullshit detector's beeping a little too
Eagles.
loud.
Hey, we plucked the Eagles.
Oh, Zach must have went and did something real quick. But hey, got a question. So, and then I might ask Zach when he comes back too. Hear me out on this one though. So remember how we was all looking at about how we can say Dennis Allen might have told him come out with this game plan. They calling these plays. It looked like they wasn't, being risk takers on a lot of stuff, But I did notice, and I know everybody else noticed this. Once we found out what we had in the speedster, Rashid, what he was doing on the offense, don't y'all notice once they realize, okay, Taysom Hill is that dude, we need to have him with the ball at least touching it 10 to 15 times. Once we figured all that out towards the end of the season, they started taking more risks with Taysom Hill, trying to act like they're going to run a run play, drew deep passes to Rashid for a touchdown. Andy Dalton was finally drawing some deep passes to Chris Olave and Rashid. So I felt like they finally opened up the playbook a little bit more towards the end of the season. So maybe next year they'll do that. But yes, we do need somebody that is a way better.
I know Seattle did it a bit towards the end as well, because they knew that they weren't going to be in the playoffs. So it's like, let's just try and see what happens, maybe. Or do you think that they just thought, well, we haven't done this year, let's try now, and as you said, continue it on next year?
I don't know, because like I said, you didn't know what you had in Rashid Shaheed, because we had Deontay Hardy until he got hurt, and then that's when Rashid Shaheed got a little bit more playing time and more, and once you see what he had, you started releasing more stuff. So I don't know. I think it was just that they started figuring it out, and I think they were looking at the fans on Twitter page and all that, because people were literally saying it out loud. Put the ball into the playmaker's hand. You know what Taysom is. Why are you not utilizing him more? And then next thing you know, the last few games, they were just giving Taysom Hill the ball like 20 times a game. So, that he's a playmaker. He is a troublemaker. So, maybe that's what they'll do next year, But at the same time, you still need to change your offensive coordinator, because Pete Carmichael was not doing nothing special. We need something more creative.
But do you think
I ain't gonna lie. Before, I'm gonna say this, and Megan, you got it. But yeah. I feel like I've seen better coach suggestions on Madden than what Pete Carmichael was coaching. He wasn't doing much, but yeah.
Do you think though, if you if you get rid of Pete Carmichael, it's not changing deck chairs on the Titanic, because everyone in Seattle is saying Clint Hurt's got to go. Well, Ken Norton went last year. Clint Hurt's this year. We get rid of him again. Same old, same old. So do you think Pete Carmichael warrants being let go of?
Yes.
Okay, God. If so, who do you bring in? And
Any offensive coordinator?
yes, such as, give me a name. Oh, okay, you want what I mean, God, is
I don't know who's all out there.
Sorry.
I would have to know.
So you're saying you want Pete Carmichael gone?
Oh, there you are, Zach. There you are, Zach.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
if you get rid of Pete Carmichael,
Well,
and
once
you
they
bring
don't, we
somebody
gotta
else
talk.
in,
Got
that's
some
fine.
questions for you.
But is DA going to let them do their job?
Yeah.
He would
There's
have
no
to.
reason why he
Yeah,
He would have to
okay.
if he wants to win. If you want to win, yes. 'Cause
Yeah,
you know your second
he-
offense.
This
He-
is the trouble.
he-
No, hang on, boys. This is the trouble we have had in Seattle.
I'm a man.
We bring in these new defensive coordinators. Hear me out, God. But Pete Carroll doesn't let the reins go. So we get
That's
rid
Pete
of
Carroll. That's Pete Carroll.
Yeah, no.
DA,
But I'm saying, is DA, if you get
He's
rid
not
of
like
Pete
that.
Carmichael, will DA do the same? That's my question. If you bring somebody
no,
else.
bro. DA does not want to coach no off. He himself. I wonder if anybody even watched any interviews. I bet, because people be arguing and didn't. And this is not directed towards you, but people were like, "Oh man, Pete Carmichael." Well, DA has his hand in the offense. No, he doesn't, bro. He even said, "Nah, defense is my baby. Defense is me." He never do you hear him. Oh well. Matter of fact, we know it's not his thing, because guess what? There was a time when I think Dalton threw I think he threw a pick. It was the Cardinals game.
2 picks.
Second half, he told him, keep doing what you're doing. Like, what in the absolute hell are you talking about? So we know he ain't talking about offense. Is not he when it comes to offense, he needs to shut the hell up and then stay over on the defensive side, because offense is not him. he is not a good.
You
He
can
is not
pinch some,
good at judging.
You can pinch some, be like, hey, me as a defensive coordinator, I know this play will stop this, but I think this will work against this type of thing. You can help him with that, but you're not gonna. But you don't know
You ain't
everything
gonna
about
come up
offense.
with no scheme, bro. No, hell
But
no.
But I do want to ask Zach the question that we all been talking about earlier. And Zach, this is why we was asking you to come on for a little bit. And basically, is the discussion was, what is Sean Payton worth, right? So I told people, I said, you got Sean Payton basically saying, we looking for mid first round, late first round. I told him, I said, that's what he said the Saints are looking for. But to me and to the Saints organization and to you, Zach, what do you think he's worth? Because I asked my people, do you think he's a top 5 pick, or do you think he's way lower? Because I told him, I said, this was my exclamation. I said, this ain't no regular coach I'm giving you. I'm giving you, number 1, a future Hall of Fame coach. Number 2, a guy who's going to turn your organization around into a win organization. Not no losing. Sean Payton ain't no loser. Yeah. Number 3, he can work with any quarterback you give him, because he knows how to play to their strengths. He knows how to make sure, they're not doing more than what they need to and having to throw picks and all that. He knows what to do with those type of quarterbacks. He showed you what he did with Jameis. He did it with Teddy. He did it with Taysom. He did it with all of them. Yeah. So that's that's number 3. Number 4, he's going to bring better players and better athletes and better veterans to your roster because they respect them. Because he knows people, they respect them. He's gonna bring, if your defense sucks, he's going to bring a good ass defensive coordinator. He already said who he's picking as his defensive coordinator when he comes, to that team. So he's going to change
one of the best defensive coordinators in the league right now.
Yeah. So you bring in all of this around. So what's your top pick?
This is my thought on Sean. It depends. It goes team by team, right? So if you're the Arizona Cardinals, which is what I think the more likely scenario is, right? The Cardinals haven't had a consistently winning team in a long time. You mentioned how Sean Payton is a team that brings you winning records and brings you into playoffs. The only thing, the downside with Sean Payton is that Sean Payton hasn't brought the team to the big game that many times, and that's been probably his biggest fault is whenever you look at him as a head coach. I mean, we've had what, three NFC championships, one that we won, two that we've lost. In his
You mean
career.
one that we got cheated out of? I think that's what you mean.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, that's all. That's all apart. We all know that. We don't want to bring that up. We've already seen it enough on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram over the last week. We don't want to see that again. Okay, I'm done with that. But
should have been his second Super Bowl appearance.
My whole point of it is it depends on what organization this is and like what they really want. When you look at the Arizona Cardinals, who is my favorite pick, they want to see playoff wins, and they are a team that's damn near ready to win now. And the only way that they somehow manage to keep Hopkins is if they bring in a number one, a highly respected head coach like Sean Payton to that team to keep Hopkins there. They lose Hopkins, they go back down to bottom, and he might as well go to Houston. So like they want to grab him, and they want to grab him early and give whatever they can get. That way they can try and convert DeAndre Hopkins and be like, no, okay, I'll stay if Sean gets here and I can have a meeting with him and discuss what my role is going to be going forward and what are we going to do to make me a winning team. Because Hopkins played with shit teams his whole entire life. Like he moved over to the Cardinals that were supposed to be good and they just weren't, because it's Kyler Murray and he scampers around like a little toddler running through the hole instead of just throwing the ball. And their whole offensive coordination of like how they develop plays is disgusting. And Sean has actually gone in and talked about how he's not going to be running the same offense how he has. He said that he's overworking him than how he should, because they run him in shotgun nonstop and don't build a lineup for him because he has athletic ability. It's disgusting. But if you're the Texans and the Texans are in the running, I don't know why Sean would want to go there. If I'm the Texans, I'm ready to give up my second round pick. I don't give a damn, because it doesn't matter who they've been able to bring in, what players they've had. No one wants to go play for the Texans because this is a known losing organization. It doesn't matter. You had the number one wide receiver in the league in DeAndre Hopkins. You couldn't make it to the playoffs. I think they maybe made it once. They had
you said number one?
88 Hopkins at that time. Yes, he was the best wide receiver.
No.
Out your mind.
Wait, what year was it?
During the whole time during his prime. You're saying that because he had nobody who was throwing to him. David Hill,
boo-hoo.
Not Derek Carr. Derek Carr's brother. All these David Carr, all these other guys. They went through three quarterbacks throughout the whole entire.
Should have switched teams.
He still led the league in reception yards.
Yeah, because guess what? They threw the ball a lot more than other people.
That's why too. Because they had no foundation.
So you're
Hopkins
doesn't want more yards.
Hopkins doesn't want to deal with that anymore. That's why I think if Hopkins is smart and just wants to go win a championship, that Titans bring on Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr, and then they bring Hopkins on over there, and Titans will go to a Super Bowl. Yep.
You think Titans can make a Super Bowl?
Titans get rid of Tannehill, grab either Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers, and then bring on D-Hop and have a true number one wide receiver and let Burks develop under him. Yes, their defense is capable when they're healthy and their offense is strong enough, and Derrick Henry's a damn good running back. You can laugh. I'm telling you that's the fact.
Did you see how they played against Jaguars?
Do you see who their quarterback is? Dobbs. He started 2 games in his whole career. They've all been with the Titans.
That's their problem.
I'm a skinny fella, guys.
Should've.
Dobbs is skinnier than me.
49ers didn't make that excuse when they had 1, 2, 3 QBs looking like their top tier QBs. Hey, man.
Okay, I feel you. But we're not going to go on that tangent because we're talking about Sean. Realistically, where I think Sean goes, I don't like a late round pick for him. I don't. I don't think it's top 10. I don't think it gets inside the 10. I think it's somewhere between 10 to like 17 that they really want for him. It's just finding the right match and the right need. Because there's going to be teams that are going to argue that they don't need him this year and try to extend out that contract. And it's going to have to be a lot of the negotiations, because right now we already know that before they're able to interview Sean, that they have to have a conversation with Mickey Loomis and decide like what they're willing to give up to grab him. And Sean, it's going to boil down. Is Sean like a fan of the Saints and wants to see us succeed past this, or he just worry about his bag and his money? Because he could turn this negotiation any way where he can go up to his guys and be like, look, you don't pick me up this year. I'll come to you next year. And then the dollar worth is going to be less. Like, or it's gonna be
That's some
like,
whole ass.
but it's money and it's business, and that stuff happens, and it's not outside of it to happen in the
I
NFL.
know that's
Like,
just some whole.
that's the thing. So when you really get down to looking at it, like it depends on where Sean's mind at. What we get depends on Sean. Like if Sean goes in and is like, goes up to like say the Cardinals and it's like, hey, right now I like to coach a team, but like you're gonna have to trade me for this pick. Like if you want me, you're gonna have to give these picks up in order to get me. But next year, I might not look at your team the same because you're going to have this guy out of contract, this guy out of contract. You might not have this person coming back. Do you really want me now and try to change your organization, or do you want to get me for cheap later? Or do you want to that's what it's going to boil down to.
But I think he wants to play. I think he wants to coach next year. So that's if he's patient. I don't think Sean patient enough to be like, oh man, just wait. I'll come to y'all next year, man. F that. He gonna go to. And
that's a negotiation. He might not want to, but that's where we're gonna see where Sean's at. Because that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't want to be,
you said a late round, right?
To work with him, get it.
You said a late round first.
I say somewhere between like 10 to 20. If it's not in that gap, I really don't want to mess with it. If I'm the Saints.
So wait, hold up. Question before you go on.
Yeah,
why in the HE double hockey sticks will we accept a first round 20th pick in the first round? Why will we do that?
A 20th pick? Well,
that's
the bare minimum. That's what I'm saying. That's that bare minimum. I don't think we get top 10. I don't think that's possible because the things we look at is I've been seeing some of these debates on Twitter and stuff. I haven't done my own fact checking on it, but the last two coaches that have been traded haven't been in the first round. The previous three before that were first round picks, but they weren't high first round picks. I think there's only been 2 head coaches ever that have been traded that have been high ones, and that's early. That's like back in the 90s.
But guess what though? Most Hall of Fame coaches don't get traded. That's why.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But that's why I talk about is what the teams want, because Sean Payton hasn't showed high success in the playoffs. Whether that's on him, on the players, or a Minneapolis Miracle that caused it, he hasn't shown that success. He showed that we'll win divisions and that we'll make it to playoffs. But where are we going to go from there? So like it's not like we're talking about trading like we have Tomlin and we're trading a 3-time Super Bowl winner. It's that we're trading Sean Payton, a 1-time, 3-time choke artist. If you're the outside view. If you're the outside
All right, cool. All right. Well, guess what? You know what I can say?
Yes.
First of all, what team would be making this argument? Just name me the team.
That outside the 20 you're talking about?
That would be like, well, technically, I mean, he's choked in the playoffs so many times, and he's only got to the Super Bowl. The Chargers? Okay. Chargers in Denver. When's the last time y'all went to the playoffs?
It's been a while, but they've had a team that should have been in Super Bowl.
Okay, Denver. What did y'all do with this amazing roster? Denver, y'all had an amazing roster. Mm-hmm. What did y'all do with it? Exactly.
Poorly coached. Same thing with the Chargers. Look, Chargers the only team in the NFL to have the number 1 ranked offense and the number 1 ranked defense and not make the playoffs. Like it's the same thing with them. But that's when you start looking at the ownership. Is John Elway still ahead of Denver? That dude's a terrible owner. He needs to get fired. Someone needs to buy this man out. That Walmart run is the face of smiling yellow faces. Like they don't care.
Hey, Zach. So let me ask you this though, because you missed it earlier. So I told them, I said, I think the best scenario is the Cardinals, like we said, top 3. You got your quarterback. You need a franchise. You need a Hall of Fame coach to help switch you around. Cool, but if that doesn't happen, and Houston Texans are next up,
he's not going to go to the Texans. He's going to say no. He's going to say no.
He didn't. No, he's not. He literally said it himself.
He got an interview today and said, absolutely, that would be an option I would go to.
Oh,
it's the Houston Texans. Okay. Oh, yeah. He got an interview today by Colin, what's his name?
Colin. All right. People think they know Sean Payton. Only Sean Payton knows Sean Payton.
Go listen to that interview later. Let's go listen to it later and listen to it. But so now hear me out on this one, though. So this was the thing was most people's like, well, they're not going to give up that number 2 pick for that, right? I said, well, if you're desperate
Mm-hmm.
for a head coach, yeah, you would. But then again, you do have advantage over the Cardinals though, because you do have the number
If for
12 pick
Denver, you
as
are.
well. You know, you got number 12, so you can tell them like, hey, I'll give you number 12 since the Cardinals not even going to offer you their number 3, their top 3, and they're going to offer you something next year. Hey, at least I got a 12 pick this year, so I think that's why they got the best option. But this is what I would do if I was the Saints. I'm gonna drop my balls on your head, and I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
if
really,
you want to
Woody?
not give me,
Yes,
my bad,
sir.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
But if
Yes,
you
sir.
don't want,
Drop the ball.
if you don't want to give me a top 5 pick that
Big
I
dog.
want for Sean Payton, because I know what he's worth, I know what he's gonna do for your organization. You don't want to do that, but you want to give me this mid pick, this 12 pick. Okay, give me that. But also, I want your 2024 first round pick as well. Fine, that's a deal. Cause at least I'm not getting you my second pick.
You ain't gonna get 2. You ain't gonna get 2.
Yeah, you could. You could. You
ain't
can't say
gonna get 2.
you can't say you won't get 2 because remember John
You ain't
Gruden did it, and John Gruden ain't shit of a coach. So think of that. But
he was coming off a Super Bowl, wasn't he?
Oh,
Wasn't
and
he 2 years off Super Bowl?
and also, don't forget
He
about the
was.
Panthers, and don't forget about the Panthers too. By the way, the Panthers are in our divisional rivalry.
They already denied him. Didn't they
No,
deny him already?
no, they gave him permission now. So they had to offer something really great for you to interview him. So remember that. So let that think in. So look. So yeah, now you say, okay, fine, that's a fucking done deal, Saints. I'll give you that. You know why? At least I got my number 2 pick. I got Sean Payton. I got the number 2 pick for him to draft his future quarterback or whatever the hell he wants. I got that pick. Here's your 12. Here's my first round next year. You're gonna have a shitty next round anyway. I got Sean Payton now. We're gonna have a good pick. You know, we're gonna have a late pick anyway.
Okay, Zach, cool. You are the worst
negotiator
ever, man. You lowballing everything.
Hold on. So then guess what Hoodie Juve does as your organization? Guess what I do with that? All right, cool. Thank you for the deal. I love it. I take your first round pick that you give me next year. I get my 12th round pick I got this year from 12th overall pick. I take that, and what I do with that, I trade up into the top 5 with the Cardinals or somebody, give them extra pick because they don't need a quarterback, and I still draft my franchise quarterback, Bryce Young, or I'll draft, CJ Stroud, depending on who's on the board still after the Texans pick. Yeah. That's what I would do as an organization. That would be the most completed thing. Or if you want to trade in your division rivalry with the Panthers, they got to offer at least 2 first rounds. If you're thinking I'm going to give
they have to offer big money just because in the franchise. Go ahead, Megan. I'm sorry. I keep
sorry, Zach. Do you get compensatory picks for Payton if he's traded from the Saints?
Oh, okay. I like your thoughts. I like your thoughts.
Because I'm thinking you may. I don't know if you do. I'm genuinely asking.
How do compensatory picks even work? I don't even.
She's it's basically like a deal. It's like, okay, they give us their 12th pick, and then they'll be like, okay, 2024. If our draft is outside the top 10, then we get it. If it's inside top 10, then we don't get it, or something like that. It's the same situation with like the it's same thing. It's same thing like with the Pelicans and how we have things with the Lakers right now, where if the Lakers are in the bottom 10, we get the Lakers pick next year or this year as well, and we have an opt-out option.
Seattle got a couple this past draft, and I think the one before which
that's interesting. I like that idea. I would say
I like the idea that.
I think that's fair for both sides. Like, and I know God, is saying like, I'm a terrible negotiator. I'm not trying to negotiate for the Saints, bro. I will negotiate, but I'm talking about just like a realistic standpoint. If I'm the other side, like
I'm sorry, but Emmy,
like that. So that's on me. That's
if you're no, I was just joking with you.
Yeah,
but I just mean as far like, because think of it. Me myself, let's look at Denver. Please tell me where they were short on talent.
Look at Denver.
But what does Denver have? Denver has a 24 or 27. Is that what they have? Like I don't want to trade with Denver.
No, I'm talking. No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about not the picks. Look at what coaching does. So if you're telling me where in their lineup they had the best defense statistically.
A capable quarterback.
They had
even though he's been asked this year.
A Hall of Fame QB. They had 2 amazing stud receivers, and they went 4-12.
5.
They lost. There was a certain point in the season where they would have only lost 1 game if they would have scored over 17 points.
By the way, Zach.
My thing is.
Look at this, by the way, too. I just wanted to show you this screen real quick, too, because remember you were talking about the Sean Payton. The Texans, right? You didn't know he said absolutely.
Yes, I did not see that.
Yeah, and guess what else he did today?
Oh, they completed their interview today. Okay,
I already
didn't
did it.
Yeah.
So-
No, that was with Carolina. I thought. No, did I say no? It was Carolina that I thought they denied him. I thought they denied Carolina.
No. They denied them and somebody else. But then, like a day or two later, they said they approved it now because of the of the offer they were trying to offer now. So now they're allowed to do it. So in your head, what do you think they offering? They offering at least 2 firsts for him.
They're getting hot.
You're in a divisional rivalry.
I don't give a damn if he goes to the Panthers.
I'll say this.
I don't see him going to the Panthers.
As a very minimum, right? Like that I would be like okay with as a fan is that I'd be okay with a somewhere between like 10 and 15 and then like a 3rd round pick, whether it's that year or the next year.
3rd round pick. I wish the fuck they would offer a 3rd round pick.
A 1st and a 3rd? I will take a 1st and a 3rd.
I'm not taking no 1st and a 3rd. It has to be a 1st and a 1st.
Without a
1st and a 1st.
Without a doubt.
I'll take 2 firsts and a 3rd.
Right, exactly.
That's how we're gonna get that, bro. I got stars in my ceiling. I'll pull them nose down and show y'all.
No, for real.
Like, that's
for real.
That's not reaching for no stars, bro.
No, because everybody's saying this is crazy and it's stupid. Look at the other coach, John Gruden, who ain't shit. Look where he's at right now. Is he coaching the league anymore? No, he had to fucking quit his Raiders mid-season.
Well, that wasn't because like bad.
Okay,
that was more.
He's a bad coach. He sucks.
That was
no. He got 2 first-round picks. I'm showing y'all 2 first pick, and don't forget, and everybody that says that that you can't get a top 5 pick, y'all full of shit. Because remember, that's what Megan said earlier, and what Megan said when she put herself in her shoes. She said, "I would not give up nothing less than a top 3 pick for Pete Carroll."
Wait,
so
question.
Carroll is worth.
Well, okay, well, Megan, you're.
Pete Carroll's not worth shit.
I'm not
Pete
talking
Carroll's.
God. If I wanted not to speak God, I would have spoken to you.
Oh, my bad. I forgot 49ers must have really got to you. Oh, that was, man.
Well,
Pete Carroll really did his thing right there, right?
Play the 49ers in the postseason, God. Like I said.
Does it mean anything if you lose? What does it mean if you lose?
You kept telling me the Saints were going to the Super Bowl and Seattle were tanking.
I didn't say that. I said we had a chance.
Yes, you did, and I've got
I said we had a chance.
YouTube.
I said we had a chance.
I like what Molly Miles says. People got to realize that Payton is an offense coordinator as well, not only a head coach. He's kind of a dual factor. So it's like you kind of sign in 2 and 1. You can have a very below average offense coordinator that just kind of runs down the offensive practices, but when it comes to game time, he's running 2 positions and running a team and building a culture. That is very true, Molly Miles. I really do like that. Also see what Dana G says we don't care if he goes to the Panthers now, but when he start winning, it'll be a whole different story. Dana G, I feel the same way, Dana. Like I will be upset if he goes there and they start winning, but at the same time, the writing's on the wall that he doesn't want to be here anymore, and I'm okay with that. He's done his thing. Like I won't be mad at Sean Payton. There's gonna be a lot of fans that will be, but all right, bye Zoe, love you too. Sorry,
Hey, Woo. You said top 3 pick for a 59-year-old. I don't see that happening. Do you not realize age is just a fucking number, and this is not a football player. This is a coach. That's like. Hold on, y'all. This sounds stupid. This sounds like I'm not gonna trade your top 5 pick for Bill Belichick because he's 80 years old. Bill Belichick won you 7 Super Bowls. You gotta tell me you're not gonna trade him?
I'm 70. He's a year younger than Pete Carroll, and you wouldn't trade a top 3 pick for Bill Belichick or Pete Carroll?
No.
You're a freaking idiot. I would take.
I must be an idiot because guess what? Look at the Patriots. What they do?
Yeah, okay, God, I'll give you that.
Tom Brady. That's why they were good. Yeah, not no damn.
But I think
wait. Tom, can I talk about the Tom Brady thing? Like my honest opinion, because I've had this debate too, like of whether or not Belichick's actually a really good head coach or not.
It was 50-50.
Is a damn good head coach. The problem is that once you lose a top 3, depending on who you're arguing, I'm putting him as the best quarterback to ever exist in the NFL. Like I don't care. I'm not trying to get into that. But once you take that away and you got to go and now play with a rookie quarterback or a sophomore quarterback and Mac Jones, what players want to come there to come play with a rookie where all the teams have left? People have came there because Tom Brady was willing to take pay cuts and still go and win games and win championships. It's a very different story. It's a very different story.
Wait, who exactly? Not for the Patriots. For the Patriots, people weren't coming there a lot of the times. That started happening when he left the Patriots more times than not.
players on the offensive line were willing to go there and go take because they would pay their offensive line higher than anyone in the league because they just wanted to protect Brady. They did it the right way. Brady looked so good because his offensive line was the best in the league. That's why you win games, and that's why we see the same thing with Brock Purdy. It's the same thing what we've seen with Jalen Hurts.
But you know why that's not the
gave a competent line for both of these teams, and it doesn't matter who you line up back there; they're going to be decent. I mean, we saw Gardner Minshew. I know against the Saints he looked like shit, but we saw Gardner Minshew look like a damn Hall of Fame quarterback when he was playing against Dallas. They shouldn't have lost that game. The defense
because Dallas is off and on. Dallas doesn't have good coaching. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So but my thing is, you can't say, oh well, he has no top QB. This he doesn't have that. He doesn't have this because guess what? All those get negated with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin.
Hey, Zach. And
I'll put an argument out there that I think Mike Tomlin is one of the greatest coaches ever lived.
He might be the best coach of all time.
Never been under 500, and his team is ass this year. Defense ain't good, offense ain't good, and still went 9-8.
So Zach,
Mike Tomlin, he's a GOAT to me, if you want to be honest with you.
So Mr. Zach, you got a crease. I need y'all to help me out here because my boy Woo in the chat is not understanding English, and he's saying Woo, WOO, woo. You know, red flag. Woo. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him tonight, and but he's saying he's not worth the top 5 pick, whatever. I don't think this brother realized any organization like you, Woo. I don't know what the fuck you've been smoking, what your brain is, but if you was a owner, you would fail as an owner right now. Saying I would not give my top 5 pick away for a fucking head coach that would lead my organization, that would make everything better. And by the way, I'm so glad what Praise Guy keeps saying. He's saying he goes there, you know, they still got 2 first-rounders next year. You know, they got a bunch of second rounds this year, third rounds, and I think multiple second rounds next year too. So Sean Payton's going to be loaded with picks. So guess what? Even if the Houston Texans said, fuck it, I'm going to give you my second-round pick, you're still loaded for next year, and you still got the 12th pick if you decide to do that. And you're telling me you wouldn't do that for a winning fucking Hall of Fame coach. But
my thing, there's a reason why. There's a reason why a lot of people aren't head coaches, GMs, because there's only a few people that know what the hell they're talking about, and Woo is not one of those people that know what he's talking about. So
Woo said, "I'm being realistic." You're not being realistic. You're just not thinking right. You're trying to say he's not worth the top 5 pick. Please explain to me why he's not worth the top 5 pick. What would he not do for your organization?
I'm being realistic. Okay, I guess.
So let me like I said, I'm trying to play like the minimalistic role, like where I feel like what we could at least get, or what we should at least get for him at the very minimum.
Okay. A 12th.
When you look, but like Will, you got to realize
minimum top 5.
The Saints sucking this year is voice of how good Sean Payton really is. Sean Payton has this team. It's not looking the same way. I don't think anyone in the league could feel like it's looking the same way. Especially when you really break down film and realize how we didn't utilize our top players, or even didn't get players that may be aging but still have game. I mean, look how even Tampa Bay and Bowles really ain't all that. How they've utilized Julio in certain plays whenever he was healthy. We never utilized our top players at all. It comes down to head coaching. And so, like, Sean Payton is a guy that can turn the whole team around and develop a whole culture, which is bigger, and we talked about it, is bigger in the NFL than just having guys that line up. Every person that makes it in the NFL, for the most part, is talented. Like 95% is talented. It's the coaching that you build around them, game plan that you put around them. Hold on. He's worth the top 5, but I just don't think we'll get that. But he is worth it. I just don't think we'll get it.
No, I want to say this. First of all, David, Saints sucked last year because we were the most injured team in NFL history, buddy. So last year? Like 2021, 2022? Last year, yes.
Okay.
He was like, Saints sucked last year. Well, yeah, of course. When you have the most starters ever played in the NFL on your team, then yeah, you're gonna suck. But I don't see why people. I think people are trying to be too. You know, there's some people that they think it sounds too good to be true. oh man, I don't know about getting the top 5 pick. He's not really he's not really that good. We're probably gonna get 20. We're probably gonna get 30. No, first of all, look, like I said, I can make more arguments that a good head coach will win you more games than top 5 damn picks. I you will a Hall of Fame coach will win more Super Bowls than a Hall of Fame QB, and that's just facts. And now you might be like, oh, what about Tom Brady? Okay, cool, anomaly, but majority of the time, a Hall of Fame coach is going to help your team more than just having a single Hall of Fame QB. You need you need a you need a great coach that knows what he's doing. Because like I said, look at Denver. There's defense was amazing.
There's a strong
Offensive
foundation
play
that's just
offensive
gonna be
players
missing.
were good. Look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Strong
Cowboys look.
foundation.
Listen, if Cowboys had Sean
Let-
Payton, they probably win like 3-4 Super Bowls, man. That
God, God,
they're
I'll
always
go even
they're
further.
always like
Vikings.
10 plus. You said
I'll
what?
go even further. Look at Vikings.
Right.
You're
Like
telling me that they don't have the talent to be able to like compete for a Super Bowl every year, but they get first rounded every year unless they play the Saints, apparently.
right. Fact.
Like,
But
you
like
know,
coaching matters. People that be arguing this like, oh, who's gonna give a top 5 pick for a coach? Yeah, you're saying that because you don't know football. I'm sorry, you just don't know football.
And
You don't know football
it's our
enough.
coach. It's our coach.
Everyone knows
Everybody would admit
coaching
that.
matters. It's coach, QB, and then
go ahead,
offensive
Odie.
line.
What are you gonna say, Odie?
I was saying you can go listen to everybody on the NFL Network. You know, you can listen to any NFL podcast. They will literally say it all out their mouth. The NFL is a coaching league. It doesn't matter how many good fucking players you have on your team. You gotta have
Right.
a winning coach in your organization if you want to win,
Well,
because it shows you, and it shows you with our team too. We have a great roster. You know, we have so many good backups. And what happened? We still went 7-10. Why? Yeah, we had injuries, but guess what? Your coach was not that good. That's what I'm
and
trying to tell you.
I like how you said that too, because that kind of ties in as well as with like David Jones and talking about how like Titans had as many injuries. Yeah, they broke a record too as far as I can't remember what their record was. They had a record too during that year during the where everyone's getting injured and they still were ranked number 1 seed. I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
Didn't have just
I
as
think
many.
it was because they're. I mean, who are they playing?
They were playing
Oh, hold
shitty.
up.
Oh,
Zach,
and by the way,
that came in
you
for a
know,
lot of
hold up
but,
though. You know the difference between our
but they
injuries and
did
theirs.
beat the Bills that
They're-
year. And they beat the
Right.
Bills handily that year.
But guess what? You know what's the difference?
Mhm.
The difference between our injuries and they had the same player keep getting injured. There's a difference between having the same people getting injured and guess what? Your QB's out for the whole year. Your wide receiver's out for the whole year. Oh, this person's out for 8 games. This person's out for 10 games. This person's out. They had in like as far it'll be the same people like, oh, he got injured 2 weeks. Oh, he came back. Oh, he got injured again. That's the difference. We actually had to have a long period of time where we didn't have players. There's a whole difference between the player gets hurt. He kept getting hurt. He kept getting hurt. No, we had people out for a long time, and we had to start whole new players. That's the difference. Not saying that it doesn't affect the Titans, but it wasn't the fact of
I was really connected with a bunch of Titans podcasters and stuff like that. Guys that actually have like sources inside Titans during that time. And so I've talked to him. It definitely was a lot deeper than like what it looks like from the outside, just because their record was higher. Like it was definitely more of a struggle than anything.
David Jones. What are you talking about, bro? Does anybody see what the NFL is a QB league? Belichick is a 6-time champion, can't make the playoffs now. Guess what, buddy? He doesn't even have a QB. We're not arguing that QBs don't. No one over here said QBs don't matter. No one said that. We are just saying that coaches matter more, and they do. Because guess what? If you want to be like, well, Bill Belichick can't make the playoffs because blah 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 blah. Well, guess what? Denver couldn't make the playoffs because they didn't have the coach. And guess what? They have a
I mean, look at
2-time
the
appearance
Bucks.
QB.
Look at the Bucks. Terrible coach, good quarterback.
Right.
Where they at?
Seattle.
Nate.
I mean,
Thank
we were
you.
lucky to have Gino.
Eagles
Exactly.
Eagles last year.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jalen
I'll pull it
Hurts,
up.
great quarterback. Terrible coach.
We were blessed.
I don't know. I
in-
wouldn't say he's great. He's good. He ain't great, but yeah.
We
Man,
were
He's
shit.
having a
blessed
great
in
year this year.
Seattle.
He's
But
doing
He's having
okay,
a great year
actually,
this year.
No. I got the one that's gonna shut it all down. That shows
Hmm.
that's the coaching league. The New
Mike
York
Tomlin?
Giants this year. Danny Dimes.
Danny
Facts.
Dimes.
Dog water.
Facts.
The ball
Facts.
makes this dude look like a star. He's the MVP of this week.
The QB, I wouldn't say he's a dog water
player this
QB.
week.
He just didn't have a
Well,
coach.
okay. But he didn't have a coach. But that's what I'm saying. He has the ball
Exactly.
now. He was the best quarterback, best player during Wild Card Weekend. This dude, they came in, and this was the strategy by the Vikings. They're gonna run with Saquon Barkley, and we're gonna stop them. The ball comes in and says, you know what? I have confidence in Danny Dimes that he's going to throw to guys like Slayton and Richie James. And he's going to go ahead and make this shit work. And he threw for 300 yards with 75 rushing yards and won the game. What?
Zach, I want to tell you this. Y'all missed the perfect example, and it happened this fucking year too. Did anybody forget about Mike Tomlin?
Praise God, I like that too.
Did anybody forget about Mike Tomlin? Did anybody forget about Mike Tomlin? Almost about to have a losing season and turned that shit around and had a winning season with a new quarterback named Kenny Pickett who he shared with a Mr. Trubisky.
Giants made it on. No, they fucking did. Are you?
Wait. Where's that comment? Because I want to made it to playoffs on Saquon's back though. You obviously didn't watch any Giants games.
Right. Exactly. I ain't gonna lie. He don't know what he talking about.
Saquon is a difference maker. I won't lie because it takes the defense off of Daniel Jones.
Right, but not off his back.
But if you watch the game and you realize how hard Danny Dimes worked this year, how much he ran and extended plays and made big play happens with literally wide receiver threes.
Walmart.
His whole
David Jones, you don't know football, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie.
I like David's opinion. I see it a lot.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question?
That one's off.
Let me ask y'all a question.
No,
What happened last year?
Shut up. You don't know football, David.
What happened last year with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence when they had Urban Myers? They were shit. Doug Peterson, a good coach, went there, and look where they at now in the playoffs.
Exactly.
And they knocked out a playoff team in the playoffs and moving on to the next round.
What happened to Trevor Lawrence? He went to Seattle for the first time, and I swear this happened. The 12s were being the 12s at Lumen for a new QB. He went to the referee to complain about the noise. Know what the referee didn't say? Smiled, patted him on the shoulder, and mouthed, "Welcome to Seattle, kids. Welcome to Seattle, kid." Pointed to the 12s. The 12s got louder. So I've loved T. Lawrence since then. However, now I've seen him become a brilliant QB because he can block it out. Now, I was in Seattle for week 6.
Mm-hmm.
It took me damn nearly a month to get my hearing back.
Taysom can start too. Taysom can start where? So where the fuck is Taysom still starting? It's not on the damn QB.
I like Trevor Lawrence, but I agree. He is not the player. He's not the player he was last year because he's got more experience. I am
and coaches. Yep.
Both. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for sure.
Right. He doesn't have an argument. There's more times where coaching has prevailed over damn players. Like he like no.
But God, I'd say to that you can't have a good coach without good players, and you can't have good players without good coaches.
Did you say you can't have a good coach without good players? That is not true.
How so?
Because the reason why we would say it's not true, and it's because just look at the year last year with Sean Payton. We had the most injuries in the NFL. We had so many. We went through 4 quarterbacks. Receivers for days.
We got nailed with injuries too.
No, I'm saying you went through 4 different quarterbacks. You went through all your receivers on the list, all your O linemen.
We were the most injured team.
We're the most injured team, and we still went. And we still went 9-8 and missed the playoffs because some team choked at the end.
Oh, the damn fucking Rams! man.
Yeah, Rams and 49ers. Just think of that. And we almost won. We went 9-8 though. That's a winning record with probably one of the shittiest
Matter of fact,
roster we ever had because of all the injuries. So that tells you a good coach. You can win with a good coach, and it might not have all the best play because Sean Payton showed you. I went 9-8.
Okay, here's another example. Okay, if that doesn't convince you, here's another example. Why is every QB the 49ers had looked amazing?
Because they had the best offensive line in the game, the best.
Yeah, they have the best offensive line, but let's not act like they don't have good coaching.
No, they do. But I'm saying, there's a lot that goes into San Francisco. I mean, they're probably the most complete team in the league right now.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
They have four phenomenal weapons in McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle.
McCaffrey? Did you say McCaffrey?
Oh yeah, McCaffrey's a weapon. Don't worry about.
What the
fuck
was McCaffrey doing in Carolina?
Not a great deal.
Utilize okay, I see what you want.
Because he's fucking shit without a good offensive line.
I agree. Well, okay, but that's what I'm saying. I said the line already too. That's what I'm saying. That system is built to make him look good.
Exactly.
The real argument is that there's no way to pinpoint what makes a good team a good team.
Yeah, it is.
It's effort. You have to have a great. If you want to say that, then the biggest thing is recruiting. What players you bring in is between your GM and your coach. That you bring in a great team
so coach matters.
Okay, Zach, I hear that, but I would argue that Seattle, looking at last year's draft, we've probably if that's true, we've got the best. And maybe I'm a little biased in this, but if you're looking at top head coaches and GMs based on the draft, Seattle did pretty damn good last year on their draft. If you look at our rooks and how they did this year, okay, not brilliant, granted, because we got steamrolled by the Niners, and we probably should have won in Germany and a couple of other games.
Who'd y'all play in Germany? Bucks or something?
We played the Bucks. Yeah, and got absolutely pants.
Y'all got whooped by the Bucks. That's crazy.
Yeah, we got absolutely pants.
that was a sad game. Tom Brady wasn't losing your first game in Germany. There's no way the NFL had control.
Yeah, but I'm just going on what you're saying about a good head coach, GM, Schneider. And
let's be honest. Pete Carroll is a choke. He is a choke artist. He choked y'all another Super Bowl. You remember that? You remember that when y'all was on the 1 yard line?
And he admitted that himself. So please.
So Pete Carroll is. I can't say Pete Carroll's
I have some strong opinions about Pete Carroll.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to try and keep him respectful. Like I liked Pete Carroll in college. I think he's one.
He's not.
He's one of the greater college coaches, but he's not that respect level in the NFL. He's definitely is.
Right.
He's not a top NFL coach. I wouldn't say that. Now your GM. I don't know much about y'all's GM, so I can't talk on that. I don't think Pete Carroll's
I'll give you a fast fact, Zach. 2010 when Carroll and Schneider joined the Seahawks. How many moves do you think they made in the first 3 months of being roster moves?
24.
In the first 3 months? I mean, yeah, but that's normal.
In the first 3 months, not even close, Scott.
Wait, 3 months? Oh,
that's normal when a new coach comes in because they want to build a team around.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's normal. That's what it's supposed
to be. That's normal, right?
You are nowhere close.
By the
75?
way,
276.
I just want to let everybody. I want to let everybody know that I just read on Twitter that our boy Justin Herbert for the Chargers and most of the players on that organization said they want Stanley back. They're staying by his side and backing him up. So I doubt Sean Payton goes there now because
yes, sir.
So
they want to lose.
So that's interesting. But by the way, the other thing is, y'all, it is midnight over here by me. I gotta get me some sleep, but I do have to leave and still drive home. So that's why I'm gonna end the podcast here. But it was definitely fun talking to everybody, about the discussion about what we think the picks were. Everybody in the chat that I called you stupid, I just want to let you know you still are stupid if you don't think he's a top 5 pick.
Thank you.
But we all understand that it's y'all opinion as well. It's okay. Some people have smart opinions. Some people got dumb opinions. So I mean, so it's okay though. But like I said,
you're dumb if you're not giving Payton a top 5 pick. Well,
I mean, it's the same thing like Megan. I mean, if I told you, like if nobody was going to give up a top 3 pick for Pete Carroll, you'd be thinking they fucking retarded, right? That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'll give you
thank you. We don't have to get rid of him, and we've got him for another few years.
Yep,
Susan.
nice. You guys gonna keep losing to the damn 49ers. Yay, woo!
Well, as I said, God, we lasted a couple of weeks longer than you did. And
Did y'all beat us?
As
y'all
I
beat us?
said, in the season, you
Did
told
y'all
me
beat
that
us?
you were going to the Super Bowl, brother, and I've got the
Did
clip.
you beat us? That's all right, because guess what?
Hoodie,
we don't
roll
have
us
no
out.
Pete
Hoodie,
Carroll,
roll
but
us
did
out.
you beat
We ain't
us?
gotta
Hoodie.
argue for another 2 hours. Everybody shush.
Yeah, we'll
Hoodie,
continue
call us
this,
out
mate.
here.
And good to talk to you, fellas.
Thank y'all for
Much
watching
love.
the
Much
show.
love, Mike.
Who that? Go Hawks.
Peace.
Who that? Thank you, guys, Christian. Who that? Alrighty, so and it's just me and Zach, man. So let's talk for another 2 hours while they backstage now. So technically, no, I'm just joking. But I gotta get my answer to say. But Mr. Zach, if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind, you
Good
came
night,
on the
man.
show. Let everybody know about your show real quick before we end this podcast, so they can know about you.
Yes, guys, if y'all didn't know, my name is Zach. I'm coming out here from Real Fan Sports. We are a Real Fan Sports podcast where we cover every game. We're going to be live during every game during the playoffs, so catch us out on Saturday and Sunday next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. The channel is growing. We're having a lot of fun doing it. It's next weekend.
It's Monday.
But I appreciate you, and thank you.
It's this weekend.
Shut up. Hoodie, thank you for having me, man. That's my brother. Make sure if you're new to Hoodie's channel, hit that subscribe button. That's my dog, bro. Y'all got to make sure y'all subscribe. Run it up, baby. Much love. Peace out. Hoodie, have a great night, man.
You heard him, man. What we tell everybody? Who what?
Who that to you, baby?
You heard him. Who that?
Run it up, Panero. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. We came in black and gold. We came in black and gold. We came in black and gold. We going to the bowl. We came in black and gold. We came in black and gold. We came in black and gold. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Young Nolan Hoodie Jude wanna beat me, let you know. Chris Olave, MC down the field. Once to throw the ball deep, yeah, you know it's getting real. Put Jones in the slot, he gon' do damage. AK in the backfield, you know Durant. E. Davis coming through the line, QB running out of time. Tom Brady, that's mine. Yeah, the Saints did it fine. Hold up, chopper style, choppers out. Them boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Chopper style. Choppers out, the boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we toting, my life. Marshawn Lattimore, play the left field. Marcus May play deep safety, so you know the deal. We got Tyron in the box, got the QB on lock. Man, we ready to rock. See, they gon' let us fly out. A Debo, play the right side. Stop playing with that boy. 29, ready to ride. We ain't tripping at all. We going to the top. Yeah, we gon' spin they block. Yeah, we knocking off the top. Look. We rap the Florida league. So boy was poppin'. The Saints really wildin'. Them boys on fire. We really number one. We move with silence. We zip them boys up. If it's a problem, choppers out. Choppers out. Them boys wild. Yeah, them boys wild. Choppers out. Choppers out. Them boys wild. Hold up. Let me roll.